Yesterday, when I was down in Plainsville, Indiana, it's just west of Indianapolis, at the Regal location, and met a person that wasn't part of my audience. Surprise! But I'm new, and not surprised, really. But this young lady named Jackie, I got her name, wrote her down, and she was confused. I told her where I was going, and she wanted a pickup number. And that's one of the things. Some places require pickup numbers, which is really the right way to go. Because if you have two loads going to the same place, then you don't want to get the wrong load. It's how the broker set it all up, okay? But this place mainly goes by the name of the company. And I told her I was going, and she was kind of confused because she couldn't find it. And she had other things going on too, so it just added to the confusion. And her supervisor, when I told her, she said, "Oh yeah, I know that this is," and told her, you know, which one it was, and then walked away. Well, now this lady's a young black woman, okay, and she said she felt disrespectful by the way she was treated by her supervisor. I don't want to open up a whole can of worms here, but that's probably where this is going to be going here. God put me in that situation to see what happens here in this. Well, she got... Alright, I'm sorry, this is a subject that is touchy out here in this world. I guess the sun's coming up in the background. So I've said a prayer to the Holy Spirit to take over my dialogue. She apologized several times about that she was treated being disrespectful by her supervisor. Several things were going on there. She didn't know who I was, period. Didn't recognize me. Now, the guy that runs the trailers, he saw me, he knew who I was. Some of the other employees, they knew who I was. They know what I'm all about. Maybe not all about, but they're learning. When I came back in, they hadn't started working on my trailer. It's been over an hour, and I was getting started on drive time. And she went ahead and got things rolling. She apologized then, because then she said, "You know, I know who you are now. My employees, other employees, recognize you," and pointed you out what you're doing. She also right then said, "You know, I got my superior disrespected me. She disrespected me, but I'm getting over it. I've learned through all the years that I need to take out the trash. That some people, what they say to me or their reactions with me, I just gotta blow them off." And she's right about that. I even get that. I've got a nail out lately. I just blow them off. You give me the devil sign, no problem. I know that you're paying attention to me. I did not grow up around the black people. I was in a small school. I think my senior year we finally got a black family in the community. And I don't remember anything much about that. I did work in at a park where there was a couple of black people working there, and I guess that was my first initiation with them. The thing is, the government had put them in a program. All right, bug. Hi, you wanted to see some wildlife. There you go. We'll see some of that. the government had put these individuals in a program where really they weren't required to work. They got paid to sit around and do nothing. And I think that's the analogy of individuals towards the black community. That they're lazy, don't want to work. But you know what? My best friend Larry, he could outwork me. Period. He's a black gentleman. He could outwork me. He's younger than me, but when we ran motorcycles, he was always there to help me out. And here's another thing. That's not gonna work. I gotta hold it with this hand. This conversation's come up with me, Larry and I, several times. In the black community, they were taught to respect other individuals, no matter how they were treated. They didn't shove it back what being disrespectful to the individual. If somebody badmouthed them, they just rolled away from it. And they didn't go and disrespect them back. That's how they learned there. But in the white community, the way I was growing up, wasn't even a thought. We just didn't. I can't say that we're mean or anything about it. It's just we were not brought up to respect other individuals. Though it was there in the church and everything, it wasn't pointed out to us. This is a discussion you guys could have. But I just opened the door just a little bit about this. I'm sure this will come up again. But Jackie, welcome to my audience. I hope you enjoy what's going on. If you're a Christian, I didn't ask you if you're a Christian. But the black community, those of you who are Christians, I need your prayers. Definitely. Alright, Holy Spirit, to just sign off. He's opened up the door a crack, and we'll go from there. I'm going to enjoy my walk, and then I'm going to get on the road and go down to Athens, Georgia, where I have a lot of friends. A lot of them are also part of the black community. Dee Dee down there in shipping, and Tommy. I'll see you in a bit. Well, you'll probably see me before this video, but the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say, there's some gremlins there, Jackie. Watch out for them. They try to get you in trouble, and me also. When they gave me the paperwork, the top paper, and Jackie, you didn't give me the paperwork. It was one of your co-workers. I don't know if it was a supervisor or the other individuals. And she may not have known herself, but somebody tried to get you in trouble with the upper management. The top copy of the paperwork, which I signed, had Athens, Georgia on it. And the second copy, I didn't look at the address. It wasn't until halfway to the truck that the Holy Spirit said, alright, I'm leaving it in there. It may come back. It's on top of my camera. But the Holy Spirit said, hey, have you looked at the address on that? It said Corona, Michigan. Somebody there at Regal put another sheet of the wrong invoice on it. Figured I'll get it over here to Athens, Georgia, and that's when we'd be found about it. And then they would have to call to you guys, the upper management at the office, say, hey, we need the correct paperwork on this. And then, of course, Jackie, you would have got in trouble. They were disrespectful to you about, well, I'm not going to go there. It's what's in their minds as far as their attitude towards other individuals. And we'll just have to work on that. Maybe God will give them extra attention. Maybe they'll be one of the first ones to be falling out the front of the altar. That little bug there. Wildlife. Anyways, I'm glad I caught it. Saw the problem right then and there. Jackie, of course, apologized again for it. She didn't cause the problem. One of our co-workers did. Tried to get her in trouble, and of course, Hogwild. But we solved the problem right then and there. Glad the Holy Spirit was the top of everything. Of course he is. He's always out there protecting me and all his children. God is protecting all the children out there. So no matter what they do to us, we'll always come up on top. Alright, I'm signing off of here. I need to get on down the road. And we'll see what the rest of the week brings. If not, this may be it. Alright, Jackie. And Axel. Axel down there in Montgomery, Illinois. Did a superb job. Thank you. I had another ending to this video, but I threw it in the trash. I didn't want to be disrespectful to Jackie and her friends and family and the black community. Whatever happened to calling them Afro-Americans? I want to apologize to the Gremlins. I'm sorry calling you Gremlins. It goes from the movie. You caused me a little headache, a little mischief, nothing major. So I apologize to you guys for being disrespectful. A little fun at the time, but not anymore. We're moving on. I look back over my life. I've been disrespectful for a lot of people. My wife, my first wife probably too, Tanya. And my son, and my daughter, and my stepdaughters. And my wife. My sister too, I'm sorry. Forgot her. But recently they've been putting me in my place. My son says, don't talk to me, don't yell at me. I'm a person. They'll get you in trouble if you're in prison. Major problems. And how do you learn from that? What do you do to change? If you think that you're not being disrespectful to somebody, you need to ask your friends and your family and your co-workers. They'll let you know if you're disrespectful or not. And if you're aware of it, how do you change? It takes time. Catching yourself. Maybe when you start being disrespectful and you're aware of it, disrespectful and aware of it, you stop yourself. Hang up. Walk away. I got an audience coming here. Nobody's going away. Dead end street. Tried to come in the other way. It didn't work. You know the GPS said I could turn there. It was just woods. Okay. There's a shooting in Maryland. 5 people didn't deserve to die. 5 too many people died that day. What was going through that person's mind? The black community has learned, the Afro-American community has learned, I've learned this from Larry. And Jackie said the same thing. I learned to roll that stuff off. My mind and not let me bother it. They have a lifetime of doing it. They've been able to develop that habit and be able to just forget about it. It's their problem. But the problem is, they, like me, do it without even thinking about it. We just downgrade people. It's just life. We are negative people. How do we do positive? Well, I've been listening to, is it John Rohr or Jim Rohr? I have to check. I should have did my research. He's called the Law of Attraction Coach. I've listened to a few of his videos. It seems like the Law of Attractions was built around a lot of the, when I was young, listening to cassettes of motivational speakers. And they were able to make that a class agenda or whatever to learn about being positive out here and the law of attraction. Good class. I'm learning a lot. Five minutes. I don't want to take this long. It's going to take forever to upload. Disrespecting. Are you disrespecting somebody? And if so, how do you change? That's the question for each and every person. Don't get to the point that you start getting hatred out here for a certain person or a certain group of persons or people. It doesn't matter who they are. A newspaper. I'm just getting mad at a newspaper. For the articles they write right? Come on. But that's what happened. How much hatred was in that person to pick up a gun, go into a building, and start shooting? And it's not the first one. In schools, all the bullying that's going on, I was bullied when I was a kid. Shy, not sure what Paul Bennett was thinking at the time. I still remember his name. He graduated in the class behind me because he missed a lot of school our senior year, I guess. But I got so mad at him, I swung around and punched him in the nose and broke it. He didn't bother me after that again. But not saying violence is the answer. Learning in your mind to remove that information from your head. Take it out the trash. Jackie, Larry, the black community has learned how to do that. Though there's some that maybe they didn't have parents, I don't know. It's each circumstances. So you got to ask yourself, who am I disrespecting? How am I doing it? And how do I change it? I'm going to leave it at that. You guys do the discussion on social media. And I'm going to learn how to do it. I'm going to talk to my wife and my sister and my son and others. How do I do it with them? If they'll talk to me, they will. But that's if they're not watching this, I'm sure somebody will tell them about it. So, I'm Hogwild. Until next time. Now, if upper management, it doesn't matter how high the management is that came down and said, don't let Hogwild make any videos. You did your job. You caused me havoc. Not allowing me to do what I need to do to get videos up, even though I didn't know what I was doing. I'm learning. I need a lot of improvement, but we're getting there. And I had to find a way to outsmart you guys. Of course, I had a lot of help from the Holy Spirit to guide me in the direction that I needed to go to do that. But I'll give you a big thumbs up. You caused me a lot of problems. But I have a lot of determination to get what I needed done, because not everybody knows the plan that God has to follow through and be able to do. Basically, I'm living my plan. This is it. After I had taken my walk, I came back. The guy that loaded me up, his name was Chris, by the way. He chased me down, I guess you could say. He met me at the end of the driveway, told me that my trailer was loaded. And that's the fastest I've been loaded in quite a while. See, after I had got my key back, they had required that you have either drop your trailer or give them the key to the truck. And I was going to go take my walk anyway, so I just gave her my key. I believe her name was Selena. I need to write that down. I was supposed to be carrying a little notebook with me. That was part of my training to get to this point. A notebook and a pencil paper. I need to do that. Anyways, they've had some problems there, and that's part of a lot out here. So that you don't pull away from the dock and cause problems, even though we're locked in. There can be malfunctions. They've had that. Anyways, I told Christopher that that's the fastest I've been loaded in quite a while. And it wasn't a one item loading. It was a mixed load. You see, this load was already picked. Put on pallets, 23 pallets, 707 cartons, boxes. Put on 23 pallets, and there is a mixed load. Shrink wrapped and staged for it to be loaded when the truck got there. And I wasn't the only trailer there to be loaded. As I looked, I should have got you some pictures. I didn't. I'm failing that. I gotta get better out here. But they had 2-3 other loads sitting there waiting for the truck driver to show up so they could load them. And by the way, Christopher said that he takes pride in being able to have the loads ready to be loaded onto trucks and get out of there in a timely manner. These parents of these young gentlemen here, not just Chris, but also his co-workers, should be proud of raising somebody that takes pride in their work. You get a top-notch job, Mom and Dad.